kingdom of Israel, under the rule of King Ahab. Darkness spread as the people turned away from God. Elijah, a prophet of fire and unwavering faith, rose to challenge the corruption and lead the nation back to righteousness. His journey would test his courage and prove the power of his God. God commanded Elijah to confront King Ahab and announce a severe drought as punishment for the king's idolatry. The drought would test the faith of the people and reveal the impotence of their false gods. The drought began, and the land grew parched. God directed Elijah to hide by the brook Cherith, where ravens would bring him food and he would drink from the stream. As the drought worsened, the brook dried up. God then sent Elijah to Zarephath to stay with a widow, promising that her jar of flour and jug of oil would not run out. Elijah asked the widow for water and bread, though she had only enough for one last meal for herself and her son. She trusted Elijah and shared her food, and God kept his promise. The widow's son fell ill and died. In her grief, she questioned Elijah. Bletik, the boy, prayed to God, and the boy was miraculously brought back to life. After 3 years of drought, God told Elijah to return to Ahab. Elijah obeyed, knowing this was a test of faith and a chance to prove God's power. Elijah met Obadiah, the God-fearing official in Ahab's court, and convinced him to arrange a meeting with the king. Obadiah feared for his life, but obeyed Elijah's request. Elijah confronted Ahab, challenging him to gather all the prophets of Baal or Mount Carmel to prove whose God was real. On Mount Carmel, Elijah allowed the prophets of Baal to call on their God first. They cried out and danced, but no fire came to consume their sacrifice. Elijah then rebuilt the altar of the Lord, dug a trench around it, and poured water over the sacrifice until it was soaked. Elijah prayed to God, and fire came down from heaven, consuming the sacrifice, the wood, the stones, the soil, and the water in the trench. People fell on their faces, proclaiming the Lord. He is God. The Lord, He is God. Elijah then commanded them to seize the prophets of Baal. Elijah, the prophets of Baal, taken to the Kishon Valley and executed, purging the land of their false worship. Elijah told Ahab to go and eat, for the sound of abundant rain was coming, while Ahab feasted. Elijah climbed to the top of Mount Carmel and prayed. Elijah sent his servant to look toward the sea. 7 times the servant looked, and finally he saw a small cloud rising from the sea like a man's hand. Elijah told Ahab to prepare his chariot and go down, lest the rain stop him soon. The sky grew black with clouds and wind, and there was a great rain. The power of the Lord came upon Elijah, and he girded up his loins and outran Ahab to the entrance of Jezreel. Ahab told Jezebel all that Elijah had done and how he had executed all the prophets of Baal. Jezebel was furious and vowed to kill Elijah. Elijah, fearing for his life, fled into the wilderness. He went a day's journey and sat down under a broom tree, asking God to take his life. An angel of the Lord came and touched Elijah, providing him with bread baked on hot stones and a jar of water, and him to continue his journey. Elijah traveled 40 days and 40 nights to Mount Horeb, The mountain of God there, he went into a cave and lodged for the night. God asked Elijah, "What are you doing here, Elijah?" Elijah expressed his zeal for the Lord and his belief that he was the only faithful one left in Israel. God revealed himself to Elijah, not in a powerful wind, nor in an earthquake, nor in a fire, but in a gentle whisper. God reassured Elijah that there were still 7,000 faithful in Israel. God commanded Elijah to return to Damascus and anoint Hazael as king over Syria, Jehu as king over Israel, and Elisha as a successor, tasking him with continuing God's work. Elijah leaves the cave with renewed purpose, ready to fulfill God's command. God rewarded Elijah for his faithfulness by taking him to heaven in a fiery chariot while he was yet still alive.